I'm gonna make it a topic of today's stream, but I just want to note that as of 2 hours ago, there's apparently an AWS outage in the US East 1 region for DynamoDB services. Twitch seems fine. I don't know. Let's run with it. 3, 2, 1. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the stream. It is a Biendeo stream today on this fine 20th of October 2023. I hope you're having 5. Hold on. What year are we in? I hope you're having a wonderful week and will have a wonderful week ahead of you. Other than forgetting what week we're in, no, I've been pretty chill. How about let's dive into today's game, because I say I'm chill, but I'm actually ever so slightly exhausted from doing too much. Completely self-inflicted. And let's jump into it. Whoa. There we go. But today we're playing, it's in the title. I'm playing Clock Tower for the PlayStation 1. This game was also released on the Super Nintendo. There exists a PC version out there somewhere. And also weirdly released on the WonderSwan, out of all things. All of these only got released in Japan, but existing is a 2024 sort of remaster, which did indeed get an entirely localized release. This game also has 2 sequels, both of which on the PlayStation exclusively, and they both got remastered. The first of those sequels, titled in the West, Clock Tower, confusingly, as if this one didn't exist, but it was definitely a sequel to it. And the second one, Clock Tower, what was it, Ghost Head? Otherwise referred to as Clock Tower 3 in Japan, is technically a spin-off. And then there was an actual Clock Tower 3, out of nowhere, which had nothing to do with Clock Tower. It's a confusing franchise, nonetheless. But they're certainly treats, and they got a lot of charm, and they got a lot of personality. This PS1 version doesn't do too much different to the SNES version. It's got a couple of extra items here and there, so if you've ever played the SNES one, you'll be like, oh, that's different. But yeah, it's mostly the same game. I had played the SNES version, and I've sort of got to figure out this PS1 version a bit, but I remember bits and pieces of it. I'm not too sure how many days I'll be playing this. I guess time will tell. Clock, get it? But the nice thing is that Clock Tower is a very, very short and replayable kind of game. And I think the way that it really works with it. There we go. Also, this game supports the PlayStation mouse, so we get to play entirely with the mouse, which will be good fun. But for reference, if we go to the ending list, and by go I mean we go, there's a lot of endings. Also, I'm going to spoil ending H, because I tested with ending H. Or not. I didn't save, so there we go. We're good. I didn't have to spoil ending H. There's 8 endings in total. I'll try and go for all of them, but I think in general, we'll do some sessions, because the game isn't particularly long. It's not going to fill a 2-hour stream on its own, but playing through the game multiple times is how I guess you get your money's worth out of this one. Let's hit game start. There is a quick start button as well, which I appreciate. It just gets to the stuff when you're actually doing things. So when you're repeating endings, at least you don't have to toy around with too much.
Raised in the Granite Orphanage, Jennifer and her friends were unexpectedly wanted as adopted daughters.
Also, this is a fan translation, so just note, if there's any quirks or if it's too good, just remember, the fans did it. September, the spookiest month of them all. At least I can talk over this one, I'll tell you that. I appreciate this art style is actually in the SNES version quite strongly. It's a really, really good looking SNES title, although it did come out in '95. On the PlayStation 1, it is curious. Again, the sprite work is really, really good. Certainly it probably uses, real people and they digitize them, but what kind of house will we be living in?
That's now the 5th time this evening. You don't need to worry, though. It's a gorgeous mansion.
Look! There it is! See? I don't see. Oh, hold on. Slow pan. Slow pan. Maybe back in the oldie days, this was like a somewhat normal thing. But weirdly, this game takes place in either the 80s or the 90s. Very heavily is inspired by an Italian film called Phenomena, starring Jennifer Connelly. They named the main character Jennifer just because they really liked it. This was the year before Labyrinth as well. And it didn't exactly have the same villain, though. It's a different kind of villain. True. It's so huge, and this is only the foyer. It took a struggle to read that new line.
As I'm your teacher, I'll go greet the owner of the mansion. Everyone, stay put.
And she does a incredibly slow walk, which is going to be a trend in this game. This game is a slow walker kind of game. You'll appreciate it in ways, but you'll also be like, yeah, it's a doozy. We start off this begin. Also, you have a little a disc icon on the PlayStation 1 if you want to hit a save or anything. You're wondering what kind of person Mr. Burrows is, right? Yeah. You're gonna answer that? No, you're just gonna say that again. Okay, sure, yeah. But really, you just have to interact with everything around here. It's a table. This game was somewhat popularized by a JonTron video like a decade ago. Unfortunately, a lot of people don't actually know about its sequels and stuff like that. Also, yeah, Ghost Head is a legitimately abysmal game. I will say that. It's not buggy, but it's poorly designed. And it's strange after a weirdly fine game, and especially this one is fairly solid. Don't be such a wimp. Oh, okay. So if we keep talking to some people, I wonder what's up with our teacher. Yes. But eventually we'll be able to continue on and sort of get into the game. Maybe you can go and find our teacher. She's only been gone like a minute. So yeah. But yeah, you can easily hit this if you wanted to save or hit a menu, which is nice. I think the game operates on like one persistent save file. So really it's just load and save. Just don't worry about it. And if you ever die, the continue... Oh, you're not going to let me go down there yet? Okay. If you ever die, the continue button on the menu basically puts you exactly where you know, the room you were in. And you know, worst case, just start again. You know, it's not that long of a game. You want me to go look for her? No, I'll look for her. Just let me go in. If you double click, I think particularly after this intro, yeah, you can kick into a run, but running reduces your health. It's coming from the main foyer. Also, the stereo sound in this is very nice. So put on some headphones and have a bit of a treat on this one. Guys, I'm gonna turn up just a slight smidge. There you go, slight smidge. So now here we are. There's a few things that few places you can go, and certainly this game is very trap worthy. There's lots of things where you'll just be like, oh, I've just fallen into a trap. A very unfortunate trap. But secretly, the game is actually directing you in a very weirdly neat way. Also, there was a lot of hilarious jump scares with this like window here. You can look out of it if you want. It's completely dark. You know, except for the eyes, I guess. Are they still there? Oh, I've kicked into a run. There we go. There's lots and lots of rooms, and we'll definitely explore them, but I sort of want to kick into one of the quick and easy endings, because there's certainly a lot of very bad endings. And depending on how little you explore around the house, you can very easily kick into one of these bad endings. But we'll get there. We'll get there on the good ones. But I know of this one off the top of my head, which is, yeah. And you know when there's music, it's a good sign. It's a good sign. Curiously as well, I think this game actually randomizes many of its rooms, but only the ones that aren't important, which is a bit of a curious one. So anytime you see a room and it's like, oh, that's in a bit of a weird spot, I'm very certain it's a different arrangement of the mansion. Also, this is a very 90s slow-mo, a bit too slow-mo. Otherwise, you're not going to notice that it's a woman there. And well, she didn't last. Now, weirdly, the Scissorman's on your right. I don't know. He's got the warp ability on this room here. So instead, I'm just going to decide to turn around here. Actually, even better than turning. Oh, hold on. There's got to be a way I can deal with him. That's the one thing, is that every time the Scissorman shows up, it's an improv scenario. So hi, I would like to click the stairs if you would like to go up the stairs. She's panicking too much. She can't go upstairs apparently. But yeah, curious for survival horror, and especially for games of its time period. There's the cheap viewers. There they are. It's always a first time chat as well, so you can't exactly like ban on the username. It's just like, whatever. I'll have you know, we got the cheap viewers right here. You at home, you are my cheap viewer. Oh my gosh, just go in the door. She really slides right past it. Okay. Seems to be locked. That's okay. I'm not too sure if outrunning the Scissorman is ever possible. I think it is. So we might have actually just outrun him. Oh, you know it's good when this door is wide open. It's totally not a trap. As a reference, while Jennifer's being chased as well, she's not going to be able to interact with things in the same way that, like, when you're not being chased. And that's a strict way to basically get you to, like, stop caring about puzzles. Okay, box, stick. I'm glad that I've wandered up here. Also, yes, her the background of her character picture is her health bar, or health meter of some variety. Starts off blue, then goes green, yellow, and then red. And granted, I don't think you can ever die by running. So in theory, you're fine there. But anytime the Scissorman catches you, he's going to drop it by 1 level. And most of the time you're running. So that kind of puts you on 1 hit for most of the game. Which is a bit unfortunate. Also, it's a bit unfortunate there's nothing I can do up here. Okay, alright. Just chill, just chill. You gotta go down the stairs. You gotta go down the stairs. But I love the theming. I love the aesthetic of it all. Sounds great as well. And having multiple endings is actually a fairly neat concept. Every time you see games that's got like multiple endings, I think this is one of like, I'd say it's a fairly pioneering kind of game. In the sense that, like, you know, horror games would eventually have, like, kind of multiple ending approaches, you know, very soon after this. How about let's go into room number 1. Room number 1 seems like a very chill room to go into, while the Scissorman is clearly over here. So the nice thing about the rooms being, well, if they are randomized, that is, but you never quite know how to get away from the Scissorman. You'll go into a random room and then you'll be like, okay, please, 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 you know, let me be able to take him out. And he will pick up on your tricks. Like now, apparently. So, I'm full on screwed. I'm full on screwed because sometimes he's okay there. Other times, he pushes me over with the scissors and it's a dead end. So alas, poor me. He knew the tricks of my ways. And then you get booted back out to the title screen, You know, probably it's better to, like, try and hit continue, like, right off the bat. But yeah, continue, and no, no memory card needed. Oh, she's not even gonna... Is she gonna try it? Oh, she is gonna try it. I locked the door from inside. Yeah, he seems to keep knowing what I'm doing here. So, that's a bit awkward. Well, I'm gonna hit continue again. We're just gonna keep continuing, dang it. Yeah, it's probably a lot easier to just hit this continue button when you know you're about to cop it. Okay, well, let's just leave, because apparently he knows my strat. Right here. I know I can't run further right, because he kind of catches you at this first door. Oh, no, he doesn't. He's there by the second door. He's a weird kind of villain. He's just kind of chilling there as well. There we go. He'll never find me under the bedsheet. Or the bed itself. Oh my gosh, it's actually gone. See? I'm completely invisible. He'll never know. He knew. He knew. Okay, well, get out of there. Get out of there. I'm having a fun time getting away from him this run, I'll tell ya. Gotta open that door. Where do I hide in here? I love this skull picture. Of course. The next room over. Oh, well, I can't use the curtains because he's in the room. He's gonna see me use it. I mean, this is just the connecting rooms, is it not? Like, obviously, the bed is a complete no-go. Yeah, there's nothing else in this room that you can really leverage. So, might as well just leave. Might as well just get out of here. Okay, we are 3 for 3. 3 rooms where he's just been very temperamental. He doesn't want to deal with me. Or rather, he does want to deal with me. He continually deals with me. Alright, there's gotta be one in this neighboring room here, right? Okay, there's nothing in this room. Right off the bat, it's like, here's the Scissorman, and he is not stopping for anything. I don't suppose you can hide out here. Oh! Okay, not the chandelier. It wasn't the chandelier. Oh, that door's locked. It won't open. Well, I've got stairs, I guess. But yeah, I think the AWS outage I mentioned a bit ago this might get fixed midstream, and honestly, who knows who is affected by this? Certainly, so for reference, yeah, I mentioned it right at the beginning. The US East 1 region for specifically DynamoDB. DynamoDB is AWS's kind of cloud equivalent of a Postgres relational database. It's intended for, you know, having databases, but they're in the cloud. They're easy to connect to and that kind of stuff. Technically, oh, we are very not going this way. It's impossible to get over there. You know, my options are getting very, very thin by the second. You'd use this, yeah, you'd use this if you need a database and it's just like a database in the cloud. They also have, was it? I keep trying to say Elasticsearch, but not Elasticsearch. Actually, Oh wait, no, DynamoDB is the, sorry, I've completely got it wrong. RDS is the database service, the regular one. DynamoDB is the fully distributed, and it is no SQL technically. So it's like, well, it's not actually stored quite in the same kind of traditional database kind of way. Oh, we are really just breaking every chandelier around me. Okay, so the sysadmin is like going to be right here, I think. No, sorry, next room. He's not chasing me anywhere as well, which is very weird. I need to, like, explicitly catch him in one of these rooms. There you go. I hear him, so obviously... Okay, go for the door. Go for the door. The door is right here. That's the only way I'm going to get past him. Or if somehow the curtains is an option and I can use it, but I don't think the cursor was particularly happy about that. Nah. Like, there's really no hiding spots in here. You might as well just go to the next room. But yeah, it's intended to be their fully distributed kind of database system. Use it if you need, like, you know, basically infinite scalability, because you effectively, you know, you don't have to worry about the load to RDS, sorry, to DynamoDB. You just have to worry about, like, the costs, basically. Amazon is going to scale this up, and it's your job to make sure that you're not over costing. But it's nifty for what it is. It's like, oh, you know, don't even have to think about setting up a database. You know, at some point, I might as well just get killed by... Do I just start again? Because here I am, wandering around, going, how do I get this guy to, like, get off my scent? And the one room that's, like, in my area every time has the locked door, but, like, that's it. And he's clearly... He is not having, you know... He is not enjoying this locked door. Also, Jennifer keeps running away from the locked door. You see what I mean? Like, he's gonna come in, he's gonna go, oh, I'm gonna stab it. Oh, okay, this time he's decided locked door is not as fancy. Okay. Well, at least we have peace. We might not even have to see him again for this entire run. Who knows? I mean, you might as well run. I'm on no health anyways. So that room that we saw with the boxes and stuff. Also, there's a phone call in this room. That's good fun. Let's actually answer that. Why not? Wherever the phone is. It sounds more on my right side. I couldn't feel it there, so... But what is the outage exactly? Like, what's going on? Well, Amazon has said in their status page that this outage seems to be caused by a DNS configuration. When in doubt, it's always DNS. DNS, for the uninitiated, it's just name servers. It's where, if I say I want to go to, you know, Amazon.com, where is that IP address? Or rather, sorry, not where the IP address is. What is the IP address that I'm actually connecting to at the end of the day? And the idea is that everyone hopefully has the same answer for everything DNS related, or at the very least, you can intentionally separate it to create more private kinds of distributions, or to distribute your load, or things like that. There's lots of options there. But of course, if you tell people things are at the wrong IP, they don't work. It's going to go wrong. And that's probably what's been happening here. Everyone's just getting hard like, hey, this isn't working. And if it's just DNS routing, it's like, okay, well, they just need to fix the DNS routing and it will get fixed. But it's been 2 hours. Actually, hold on. Let me just double check the... Is this still going? I'm walking further to the right. We don't need to go further to the right. I'm tabbing out for reference, so I keep checking this. Health AWS. Yeah, as of 2:27 PDT, which is, yeah, half an hour ago, which was just before I started the stream, we're seeing significant signs of recovery. Okay, so it was kind of getting fixed just as I started. But the first report they said was at 12:11 a.m. PDT, and 2:01 is when they identify what's going on, And 222 is when they have said they've applied the initial mitigation. Sorry, not migrations. Mitigations. Oh, I think she needs to struggle getting to the other side before she can actually push the box. Dangle those legs. You can get there. No good. I can't climb it. Well, maybe if you had something you can push. Also a cupboard. Everyone likes a good cupboard. But I love a lot of how this game's presented. There's just lots of fun sprites and everything. On the SNES especially, but it's also kind of fun on the I don't know, the PS1 aesthetic's nice. Okay, you need to just get there. You need to get there, Jennifer. There you go. But it's still there's still the quirk of, okay, well, if something's down, like let's say it's been down for 2 hours. I think Amazon usually like tries to pride itself on being the most reliable kind of service. You have to go here for some reason. I don't know why. She needs to leave with something, so she takes this this black robe, which you can put there. Tableware. Ooh, I do enjoy tables. It's a canister of insecticide. Well, I mean, it's good to have that, but you don't necessarily like need it for what I'm doing here. But still, you know. So, yeah, so 2 hours is certainly, that's close to 10% of the day. I'm just going napkin math here. And who knows how long the outage was before they reported on it, if that makes sense. It might have still been going on for quite a bit. So we'll say, yeah, okay, 2.4 hours around to a tenth of a day. A tenth of a day is divide by 365. Like, okay, that's... I don't know. Yeah, like, that's, what, 1 over 3,650. So if you're saying you have 6/9 percentage of reliability, what that's saying is that 99.9999, so 6/9 total, percent of the time you are up. If you are down for 2.4 hours of a day, I'm pretty sure you aren't even up for 5 nines, let alone 6 nines, for that year, basically. You're down to like 99.996 or 997. Just off that alone. Who knows what else is going to happen for the rest of the year, and who knows if there's anything else. AWS is generally reliable most of the time, but compared to other services, it's like, this kind of stuff keeps happening in like weird ways. I remember when there was a big Route 53 problem ages ago. Like that was everyone affected by DNS problems. Which is good fun. And I guess there's something about like the over-reliance on it because a lot of people use AWS, so a lot of services suddenly stop working. And it's purely because they're using not just AWS, but specifically DynamoDB. There's a lot of equivalents for other cloud services. I don't know of the product names off the top of my head, but certainly, also there's some sort of key. It's a car key. And she picks up the car key. You can see a car right here. You're like, no way. Does that work on the door of this car? And she legit just gets in. But then has a change of heart. With this car, I might be able to get away. But everyone else is... Amazing. I'm amazed that JonTron, did a meme about her, leaving in the car. But if you keep getting in, what should I do? If you get in a third time... Whoop, hold on. Get the car door here. If you get in a third time, she indeed commits to it and just drives straight through the wooden door, and the game is over. We did it! We beat Clock Tower for the PS1. This is the worst ending. Obviously, it's like the most nothing of an ending in the entire game, because you saw someone get killed, You, for some odd reason, needed to get... I think you needed to get that gown. And then... you just leave. You just drive the heck out of here. It's been 20 minutes since we've been in the spooky mansion. I'm out. And, I mean, to me as a player, it's like, well, you know, do I really care about these other people? Not really. They are my friends, apparently, and they haven't done anything wrong, so it'd be good to keep them all alive if possible. But, you know, personal survivability first. I had the guts to go and find that car. I deserve to get out of here. So, yeah, amazingly, she can just leave like that. You know, that's all good. That's all fine by her. But yeah. I don't have much to say, because we're obviously only like half an hour into, you know, into the game, and I just wandered around for a while, but that's the cool part, is having all these alternate endings and alternate pathways. There's a lot of things as well where it's like, yeah, it's probably not like the players, you know, the player isn't particularly aware of where all the branches happen, but eventually you pick up on like, oh, you know, if I go into that room, you know, that person always gets killed by Scissorman falling through the ceiling, like that kind of stuff. So what if I don't go to that room and I go somewhere else or something like that? We get this little epilogue as well where she's driving along. We've got this lovely view of the rear view. Uh-oh. He was there the whole time. He was there the whole time. There we go. So technically, either everyone was dead already, and I'm just the last one, or technically, I saved a lot of people until he stumbles all the way back to the mansion, which he probably will. He probably will, so... so we can save that to the memory card, so we've got that saved there. But yeah, if you go to your ending list now, we've got the one, I think. It takes forever to load. We've got... hold on. Door close. We've got the one, hook cleared. Just to get to this menu, I tell ya. So, anyways, we want a spooky start. There might actually be... I should have probably hit continue and seen, like, what happened. Anyways, so let's quick start, which is right from, you know, when she arrives in this room and it's like, where did everyone go? And instead, I think we're gonna keep going. We go past here. Whoop. So here's the thing, is that, like, she hears something after walking past this room, and that's sort of our tell that, like, you know, there are some things that you can do to attract Scissorman somewhere else. And this is certainly one of them, because this room is very misty all of a sudden. And that's specifically because we hadn't gone into that other room. Just gonna, you know... oh, you know, waterworks, at the very least. Where will we be? I guess Italy. That's where Phenomena took place. Never trust the Italians. Nah. Who could be having a shower? Are we going to have a psycho moment here? She's wandered right past where I meant to click, but sure, yeah. Hello. How you doing? Oh. I should have said, how's it hanging? Laura? Ah! And there he goes. There he goes. He was in the water the whole time. Ah! Fortunately, I think she's got the guts to leave of her own volition. Or maybe not. No, I'm clicking this one. I'm clicking this one. Well, now we got the Scissorman, so, again, he's got this weird ability to, like, appear on my right out of nowhere. But being in this room, He's not coming out of the ceiling. He's not sneaking out of there, so that's all good. But yeah, anyways, like AWS outages, it's like it's gonna happen. Anything cloud service outage. Also, can I do the locked door again? Can I just get him on the locked door? Lock that door. Lock that door. There you go. There you go. Oh, where'd you go? I'm gonna leave. There we go. But yeah, AWS is naturally going to have outages. I think the 6.9's claim is ridiculous. I'm not too sure specifically if Amazon makes that claim, but it's something I've experienced in enterprise. It's like you get that claim and you're like, man, 6.9's requires you to be down for like 2 minutes of a year tops. And it'd be great to flex that stat, but it's like, oh, when tragedy strikes, that tragedy is so brutal on that metric. On, was it the service level agreement? It's, yeah, it's an absolute slog, so... Anyways, this ending is kind of the same as the previous one. Maybe I should be, like, mixing them up instead of, like, doing them all in the order I remember, which is from the back. We still gotta witness things, though, so... She can't climb stairs quickly, though. That's a one catch. If you ever, if you ever play this game and you are like, oh my gosh, it takes forever, put on the emulator fast forward. This game is so slow paced. Don't worry about it. You'll be fine. I'm not too sure actually how fast the Steam version goes as well. But yeah, on the other hand of the AWS outage, I think it goes to show that like, man, so many people really overtly rely on like cloud computing and all that stuff. And I mean, websites themselves, a website's not particularly a mystery. Depends on where I guess your load's going, but like tableware is stored there. There's another cupboard over there, but she's gonna be like, how do I get in? No good. So what's back there? Broken tableware. The broken kind. I get why a lot of companies, you know, rely on cloud stuff, and I feel like this is me arguing against like the 2010s, basically, if I say, oh, you know, has cloud computing worked? The main reason why so many like companies jumped on cloud computing was that kind of lucrative offer of scalability. It's like, oh, you know, like if we wanted to like double our capacity of stuff, we would need to, you know, do, you know, you don't just have double the computers. It's like, well, you also have to invest in like networking switches that can handle the increased load and all the stuff. Like there's a lot of things that can change just because you as a company need to have more and more stuff. And AWS and other cloud services make it rather simple because usually the scaling is linear. A lot of the times as well, they have that additional kind of rate down kind of or tiering where it's like, you know, at some point you start paying less per, you know, per minute or something like that going forward. And that's more just like a business incentive. It's like, well, you know, they really want the big customers on them, and the big customers know how to like scale it themselves. So they're like, well, AWS has to be doing it with a good deal. But is it necessarily a good deal? Because AWS, in my specific case, it's fairly pricey. Not only are the cloud instances kind of intense, but also the like you start getting bandwidth costs, and the storage is separately billed for EC2. And if you set up a domain on Route 53, you have to pay per DNS hit, which I think is absolutely absurd because I don't know any other DNS provider that's, or a domain provider that's just like, hey, you know, you have to pay money whenever other people query for something. And granted, it's mostly distributed. Most people aren't querying directly throughout 53's, you know, services, but some people do. And someone has to at some point. Someone has to keep it up to date in case there's a change. And they're the authoritative server on that one as well. And, it's a cluster. It starts costing so much, which is a shame because, you know, I guess, like, not to say it's a shame because it's a big company and I'd love to use the big company, but as in more like, it's a shame because, like, you know, if the big company is, like, stuffing you over like that a bit, you know, what do you do? So I think the other thing is that you have to go out here and then check a window, I think. I can see a pool. It's a swimming pool. It's a different translation from whoever did the SNES one as well. And there's a scream. A scream is heard from outside. Well, let's check the window again. There's nothing. Oh, wait a minute. Oh! And it's a big mansion. It's shaped like a kind of double-layered H, I think. But it's a bit of a confusing layout because, you know, we're still going left and right here. But I've technically gone, like, forward into this room. So just remember that when you're looking at a room that travels north-south, you start facing it towards the west. I think. Or maybe it turns around the other way. It gets confusing. I'm just going to answer that darn phone. At this point, after we've witnessed 2 deaths, it's a different ending. And it's 2 different deaths, which I think is neat. So, at least you get that. We did this one a lot quicker than the previous one, didn't we? So, same getaway, don't worry. Just gonna slowly pace towards it. Yet somehow, so many people rely on AWS in particular. I think, you know, when this outage happens, everyone's going to go like, oh my gosh, what's going on there? I guess other prices on other big providers such as Google and Microsoft and what are some other ones as well? With this car, I might be able to get away. I think she still has second doubts though, which is very odd. I guess she had more than 2 friends, so I guess she's still got to decide that. But oh my gosh, it's the thinnest hitbox that you can't see. What should I do? But the others. And again, getting out of dodge, because why not? And we beat the game again. Clock tower credits. Give us another one. We did it. I think you have to sit through this every time. Or if there's a button, it's not on the mouse, which is a shame. It's only like a minute, but it's probably going to add up a bit as I try and go through all these endings. I guess there's only 8 endings. I guess there's that, so we've got that at least. But yeah, so many people using AWS in particular, and then also relying on various cloud, you know, cloud-specific kinds of tooling. There's things you could run. There's things like local stack, so in theory you can build for a cloud solution and then host it in Docker. And so technically, like, you don't scale, but you're also just, you know, mimicking the API such that it does what you need it to do. There's things like that, and certainly that helps, but it's also not like, you know, I wouldn't run local stack as my actual database and then decide, oh, I actually want to go to cloud and scale like that, or vice versa. It's kind of like you make the choice actively that you need to go to cloud, and you use things like local stack for testing or stuff like that. And I always worry about this sort of like cloud-only implementation of the internet, because even though things like local stack work, you know, I've expressed this in the past with, you know, when we're talking about games like The Crew getting shut down, and probably the biggest reason... Also, this almost looks like the same ending, but I'm pretty certain this does something different. Well, this looks kind of similar to the previous one. Maybe I did goof it up. This really does look... Oh, no. We're good. He's not in the car. He's not in the car. He was on the other side of the building. And so, Jennifer returned to the orphanage and was found in her room. Ah, that's good. 3 days later, murder. That's not good. That wasn't good. It's technically a different ending. Which is curious. It's like, it's basically getting out of here knowing that the Scissorman was somewhere else. The sequels actually, particularly, I guess, Clock Tower 2 on the PS1, has a very curious... I'm curious what happens if I hit continue. I assume it's going to put me in the room with the car. I might as well start from scratch, though. Yeah, it's going to put me in the room with the car. Okay. Good to know. Good to know. Anyways, here we go. So again, same thing. You know, we're gonna head left, but again, so instead of going too far, such that he's in the bathroom or he's in the the ceiling falling through, we're gonna specifically go through one of these doors early. He's not gonna catch us here, so I'm pretty sure there's a key somewhere. The lights are out. There's a key in this. Also, again, I love that skull painting back there. I wonder where the light switch is. Oh, it's just there. Go get it. Go get it. Ding. Wonderful. Good thing they got electricity in the 80s. Or the 90s. It's empty. Okay. So I'm pretty sure there's meant to be a key in there, but sometimes the key is not there. And, that's okay, but also, ooh. It's like the ring appears to be broken. Is she gonna comment on that? She is. Blood? There we go. Oh, she is dedicated to going towards this window now because I clicked on it. It's quite dark. It is a window. I wonder what time it is now. Currently 9:17 p.m. So I mentioned I was doing too much stuff. I spent the whole day. I was like, I need to work on my brain age set for retro achievements because my claim finishes on Thursday or Friday next week. So I spent the whole day and I've got it crammed out. So it's all kind of there. I need to test it. Also, I love this mirror. Oh! Her reflection is a bit too scary. Something or other. Spooky. Yeah, I don't think we really need to do anything in here. The bed on the left-hand side doesn't seem to be used. Listen, who would want, you know, lame-o left-hand bed? The right-hand bed looks so much cooler. Like, check this out. Legit. There is a blanket. Also, yeah, there's the parrot. The classic parrot. A parrot? Did you say parakeet? IP? IP address? Anyways, that bird is only trouble. So, anyway, let's continue on. I'm pretty sure looking for the key is still gonna happen. So I think we need to just let this person cop it. Which they're gonna cop it. Can't skip it. You gotta watch them get killed. And down they go. But yeah, I don't know. Also, he hold on. He's gonna appear on my right again? He is. So we're gonna hope that the bathroom strat keeps working. But yeah, like, how much work or how much cloud computing do people legitimately need? And I actually wondered this one. I was going on about how I'm actually not, you know, there are performance reasons maybe why you'd make this decision, but part of me was like, why would people choose Microsoft Server SQL over Postgres? I think there's probably a bunch of reasons, and probably some people like have done benchmarking and go, oh no, or they like the integrations, or they like the syntax in places, and I get that actually. But certainly as like a me and my first choice, it's like I kind of try to avoid like that kind of stuff. I feel like my database should be as like fairly straightforward. I don't know. I guess if you're in the world of commercial, it's like, well, you know, the solution that works more rather than the solution that's substitutable. And Postgres isn't necessarily the most substitutable either, so I guess there's that. Anyways, guess where we're going? The same room every single time, because there's really not that many rooms that we can go through here. I don't know if you can hear that police car. Or an ambulance. Or both. Sometimes the police are in the ambulance. Or sometimes there's someone injured in a police car. I guess that counts as well. But yeah, it's like, I do wonder whether a lot of people were convinced to jump onto cloud solutions because they wanted that tease of like, oh, infinite scalability. But technically, you know, Amazon do charge a lot more than, you know, building a computer yourself. It's just that Amazon are very, very good once that computer is outliving its welcome. Like if there are, and obviously as well, you need to have, like, technically with Amazon or with any cloud solution, you are not paying an engineer directly. You're paying generally for a service, a provided service there, which means you don't need someone in your company to know that kind of stuff. And I guess maybe it's a bit of a lost art. I do actually worry that a lot of people are sort of forgetting how to, you know, build systems and integrate them together, and any kinds of tools or monitoring or that kind of stuff. Working in a cloud world lets you virtually do quite a bunch of stuff like that, but it doesn't necessarily, yeah. Broken tableware. She can't climb it. She just cannot climb it. It is impossible to climb it. But yeah, like, yeah, I don't know. A lot of people do not have like websites or any services that are particularly intense enough to demand that. And especially nowadays. Home computing, or even legit, like, people in enterprise sleep on the fact that like home computers can do a lot of stuff. You could, and it's absurd how much, like, you know, a 5950X goes on clearance these days, or even, you know, that kind of stuff. Like, if you really need like lots of compute out there, and I feel, you know, if you want like a server or something like that, you know, there's a lot of surplus out there. I've been doing some eyeing, and I'm like, yeah, you know, like, there's surplus SSDs that are starting to appear in places, like 30 terabyte, 61 terabyte. We're not at the 122 terabyte range yet, but like these drives are like, yeah, like the price per terabyte or the price per storage is shockingly close to just a regular drive. And then obviously it's 61 terabytes. It's like massive. So anyways, let's head over here. And now we're actually doing something over here. You can clearly see that there is indeed... Hold on. Give us a comment. Seems to be a bird's nest. That's Dutch for bird. So we'll have to push this box. Convenient boxes everywhere. Her inventory is not that big. You're not really doing item juggling that much in this kind of game. Yoink. Anyways, the rest of it is filled with rubbish. There's a key. So this key is here if it wasn't on top of that dresser. And it's a bit of a doozy that's up here, but you kind of had to come up here anyways for the rest of the stuff here. So dun, 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 dun. So sometimes the Scissorman can actually like just come out of nowhere, like if you're really, really taking your time. But usually, especially if you're playing it fairly briskly, the Scissorman's going to come up in the key, kind of scare moments, like obviously, through the ceiling or in the bathtub. He's just gonna be like that. He's just gonna do that. It's always that tension of when exactly he's gonna show up, because you're not quite sure what you're gonna interact with, where he's just there. He's just chilling there. Ring, 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 banana phone. But anyway, so I mentioned I was awake really early, and it's because I stayed up to watch the Formula One. It was at 6 a.m. local time. It wasn't exactly the most amazing race, but it did have, the Lando and Charles kind of contest. We're going in this door, by the way. We're not going all the way. We're not leaving. We're not leaving. Don't worry. Gonna head in here. It's a kitchen. Gas bottles for a stove are lined up. She probably wants to flick on the light switch. She's a very light switch kind of person. Ding. So I want to commend the sprite work on this one as well, because it is drawn, but it's very nice and detailed. Because then, you get to the next game and it's got that hilarious polygonal look to everything, so... There's something shiny at the back. Ah! Bees! So you need to use... Oh gosh, which one's the pesticide? Is that the pesticide? Oh, I guess she's not going to use it, is she? Sorry, insecticide, not pesticide. Good thing those bees stopped. I'm so glad she ran out of the room instead. Maybe use the insecticide on the locker instead of trying to use it reactively afterwards. Everyone likes getting scared by bees. There you go. Now she'll get there. I don't know, that was an alright race. Certainly, though, there's drama in the drivers' championship because Max has condensed to, or he was trailing by 65 points, and now it's 40. So he's getting up there. Lando's pushing a little closer as well, but a lot of people probably didn't consider him a fighter in the drivers. It was just like, oh, he's falling so far back. But like 40 points in 5 races, and especially with 2 sprints in the middle, he could do it. If he comes first in every single race, that's 35 points guaranteed. I guess he still relies on Oscar not getting second every time. But Lando is competing for second, and I'm actually curious if they're gonna, reverse the papaya rules if Oscar needs to commit to winning on this one. It'll be very curious on that one. Or if Lando is going to push for it, because here's the thing: is that Lando is in between. So now we got the this key here. Let's wander off. I think we go upstairs because we can go in every other room. Oh my gosh, stairs. But yeah, no, it's yeah, it's a bit of drama on that one, and I'm actually very, very glad and surprised that the season is a little topsy-turvy. Certainly the McLaren dominance is like, oh, okay, like sure, and now it's sort of switching because Yuki was doing well, and that should be a sign that the car is remarkably better than it used to be, because Yuki used to be like, you know, bottoming, or rather Liam Lawson was bottoming for a bit. I am curious what they're going to do about the second driver. Did I even pick up the key? Yeah, keys are... No, I didn't pick up the key. Also, it's not this door. I think it's the room next to it. Ah. Gosh, I'm a dumpy. I'm a dumpy. I'm not paying attention, I tell you. So usually Fetty's in the chat yelling at me on this one. Sorry, Fetty, I've let you down. I've let you down, Fetty. Gotta go down them stairs. Every time. The slowest staircase in the world. I tell ya. Is it not this room? I'm just curious if the key was... It won't open. Yeah, let me go back to that room. I'm curious if the key was... I had to sort of double take on it, because I'm like, yeah, there's no key in my inventory, and I wasn't paying attention to see if I actually like had got it. Silly move from me, so... Just like a silly move Oscar did in the sprint. Like, I don't exactly... I must have gotten it if... Yeah, I must have gotten it if I can't even interact with the meat locker anymore. Many bottles of drinks are lined up. Many bottles of drinks on the wall. Many bottles of drink. Take one down, pass it around. Many bottles of drink on the wall. One leg of ham is contained inside. I think she takes the ham. Yeah, got some ham. It's how to defeat the Scissorman. Use the ham. Well, in that case, I guess the room must be upstairs. Oh well. But yeah, on top of I guess the Amazon thing, maybe not necessarily. This is not an Amazon thing, but we just hit this past weekend. The official Windows 10 security updates have stopped, and for some odd reason, I don't know why. I think there's a lot of people really going on about how, oh, it's the end of the, maybe not the end of the world, but certainly like, oh my gosh, you know, like everything's going to stop working because people aren't upgrading to Windows 11. Like, how, and I'm actually surprised as well, because I've seen some of it coming from like businesses that clearly would have used Windows XP for so, yeah, should have just gone for this one. They clearly would have used Windows XP for quite a while. Ah, hi there. Miss Mary. I'm glad to see you safe, Jennifer. Miss, everyone is... It's alright, Jennifer. Alright. Come on, drink this. It'll settle you down. Stranger danger, don't do that. Who are you? Oh my gosh. To be fair, weird, like, dingy looking men are always a bit frightening. Hungry. Because you never quite know. I think I probably got in here because I got the ham, actually. I think the ham is actually like the catalyst for going in here. And that's always a fun one as well. There's a lot of point-and-click games or even horror games where they handle the different endings. It's like they're smart enough to not get the player stuck. Burrows. This man is Mr. Burrows. Right now, it's watching you. Huh? Watching you from the cradle under the star. Cradle under the star? Okay, sure. Well, I mean, let's just leave. You know, let's go out the door. Why not? Oh, hi. How you doing? Gosh, that run cycle. Jennifer, you're safe. Lot. I don't know any lots in person. Wait, I'll open it shortly. There you go. There you go, good there. Good. Now run away before Miss Mary comes. Oh, she seems alright. I just got very sick from a drink. Hurry, Jennifer. There she goes, running away. I was going to say, like, the little girl... Never mind, actually. I was going to make a... I hear a voice. Really, what a shame. Worrisome children. Jennifer, wait right there. I'm going to punish you. Okay. Wooden box. Come on out, Jennifer. Oh my gosh, there she goes. I'm pretty sure you can get out if you really wanted to. Oh, maybe not. She's walking past. She's walking past. Hiding in a place like this. Just like a cat burglar. You know, that seems like the most obvious place to hide, actually. The one box in the room. Alright. Pro tip. Do not hide in the box. So, but yeah, is like... So many businesses kept using Windows XP for a fairly long time, even when Windows 7 and then Windows 8 and then Windows 10 all rolled out. Oh, I gotta sit through this again. Like, it's a doozy bit of time suddenly that, like, some of the same voices that kept, you know, using Windows XP for so long think that things are going to go wrong because of Windows 10 shutting down. But it's like, well, it's not shutting down. All it is that Windows are not going to keep pestering you with updates all the time, which is slightly a good thing. Only slightly, because obviously if there's a security vulnerability, then, you know, no official support. You got to wing it yourself. There's still ways of dealing with that, but obviously, like, the worst kinds of bugs or things could lead to complete remote execution, and then someone is just a jerk and just completely obliterates your machine. Like, when people go like, oh, I don't care about security because I have nothing real private on my computer. I get that, but they could still disrupt your computer, even if it's the most isolated and sandbox thing in the world. Just literally taking out your computer and basically forcing you to reinstall and or reset tons of things, or sometimes in some cases the motherboard itself Like, the BIOS gets written over and it's like, yep, I cannot boot anymore. This thing doesn't turn on anymore. I've seen it happen. It's just like, yep, it's the worst. Hurry, Jennifer. This one's kind of weird as well, because I'm pretty sure she's not in the room. Like, she leaves the room here. Yeah, I hear the voice outside the room. Never trust this lady, man. I tell ya. So she's outside the room, which technically allows you to... Oh, hold on, don't go too far. Oh, she went too far. Don't anger your teacher. She went too far. She's meant to hit the... Yeah, she was meant to get the plank. I'm going to teach you to be a good and obedient child. Oh. Oh. She copped that one real heavy. That didn't happen in Phenomena, by the way. I just want to add. I'm very certain no one fires a gun in that movie. I think. I'm pretty sure. Oh, no. No, someone's got a revolver at the end. I remember. But I don't think they shoot anyone in particular. Kind of misses a shot, I think. But, yeah. Now, to inspire confidence in people upgrading to Windows 11, there was a bug reported 2 days before the shutdown date, which was basically in all... I'm not too sure if it's all versions, or at least like after a certain patch or update, and I really don't know how Windows updates work, because it's not a linear like operating system version that everyone's on. Like, I know there's the version, but there's different features that all get independently installed, and all you know as a user is that it's KB and then like 8 digits. It's an absolute slog of digits. I got no idea what any of it means. All people know is like they track, oh, I have installed this and this and this. But who knows if they're like up to, you know, the same kinds of files or all this stuff. Like, what does any of it mean? But people with this very, very specific feature update, which I think is meant to be only a security update, for some odd reason have their their recovery menu is stuck. Mouse and keyboard inputs through USB do not work. They work through PS2. If anyone still has a motherboard that supports PS2, or you can get an adapter or any of that stuff, although not an adapter that works through USB, remember that. But if you've got something that uses PS2, the mouse and keyboard work. But if you're using USB, which almost everyone since like the mid-2000s probably has, PS2 is there because PS2 operates through polling, I believe, and that actually generally gives it a better... Oh my gosh. It gives it a slightly more reliable functionality. So that's why some people actually really like PS2. I'm not too sure if people professionally use PS2 that much. It's more just like a last-minute diagnostic kind of option there. There we go. Grab that. Grab that plank. That's what I needed to do. Bonk! And instead of taking the gun, she just leaves her there. Hopefully she's knocked out for long enough that I can just, you know, exist here. So it's a nice moody courtyard here. We just got to work our way back, and I love that reverse parallax as well. It's good fun. Everyone likes opening the door. So note to self, the ham is actually an important item. Also, it's always interesting noting JonTron's video because he does like cut a lot of like the middle of what happens in the game. Because it's obviously like he's talking about the car, he talks about like some set piece moments, and then he kind of just jumps to the end. So all the stuff in the middle is like, oh my gosh, where was this? But no, I get it. It's a 12-minute video. You can't show everything. But it's a good one. Go and see it if you haven't. It's a classic. Go see it if you have. It's a good one. But yeah, so Microsoft, or at least the Windows team of Microsoft, or I don't even know how the Windows teams divvied up. Who knows? There's maybe like 10 or 12 different teams going on there. So if we go in here again, we shouldn't have any trouble wandering in. Looks like the glass was used very recently. There's still liquid at the bottom of it. Ah, let's drink it. Also, there's a silver key tucked underneath the glass. Pocketed the silver key. Everyone's got to have a nice little key here. Let's answer the phone. Who could it be? Ah! Spooky. Everyone likes a cut telephone line. There's so many spooky things that, like, people aren't going to get used to these days. Sorry, not get used to. People aren't going to get. Like, there's no... You know, you can't cut telephone lines when people use, like, wireless lines all the time. People still use wired lines in places, but... You know, it's a dying breed. Do we dare look at the suit of armor? Ah! Laura! Laura. Well, it seems that a lot of people are dying. I'm very certain a lot of people die in this game purely by you witnessing them being dead and not, like if you just don't go in a room, they don't die. It's purely spectacle. Do we keep going over here, or maybe it's downstairs, that one? And again, more stairs. Everyone likes having to go down more stairs. It's good. It's good. The stairs are my favorite part of the whole game. I wonder if people like... No one's directly commented on it, but my exposure with survival horror has been quite low, although I have played quite a good number in recent days for the spooky month. So I actually played through a game called Gregory Horror Show, which is an adaptation of an anime, an interstitial anime. I looked it up. That's the term for it's between shows. It's a 2.5-minute segment kind of thing. Oh, okay. But yeah, it's curiously it's got this kind of like boxy paper like 3D animated style to it all. It's a very curious one. But this game is very, very nifty. It's got the whole, again, like, you know, no weapons. Time is made to adhere. The clock of the Great Clock Tower has been stopped. There are various types of chemicals on the desk. Oh, that's not... Okay. And she comments on the mural as well. There's a mural across one entire wall. I can't see the whole mural. There's a shelf in the way. Are we gonna shift the shelf or no? Yes. Yes. There we go. Or she's just gonna leave for some reason. I was not oh, okay. She's taking control. She's taking control for some reason. Oh my gosh, a second one. There's a piece of paper in the book. There's a lot of paper in the book. The demon idol is carefully guarded. A tree within a forest, a person within a crowd. A statue among statues. It's a different URL as well, if anyone's curious, but please do not go to those, URLs. You don't need, you know, cheap viewers. Can't see the whole... Oh, yeah, there's a shelf in the way. Yes. Hold on, that one line goes so quick when I'm skipping forward. Can't see the whole mural. One part of it is hidden behind that shelf. Okay. So I think I need to get an item. Probably do, yeah. And she's a slow walker again. She's very, very slow. But yeah, something like the USB input device is not working. Probably in the recovery mode. The easy answer that I can probably explain is that the recovery mode still needs to run a shrunken down version of Windows. It still needs to, like, or at least some, reduced set of things. It obviously needs some USB drivers such that it can respond to USB devices. Similar to how your BIOS is going to have to respond to the keyboard. It has to load a USB driver. Actually, I think it's not this corridor. It's the one that goes north. I actually wonder if, like, we need to do some room scouting now. Try to figure out all these rooms around here. So I think this is a path to the outside. That's where we went. So if we start hitting random rooms here, yeah, this is where it gets a bit confusing. This door technically is like the other way. Yeah, all these rooms, they stop making sense after a while. I'm not particularly sure if we need to go in here, but sure, yeah. Yeah, I mean, let's do it emergent at this point. This mannequin is wearing a dress. It's beautiful. Don't lose your head. This dress is also a thing. Oh, she's fallen over. These mannequins are not particularly still. Oh. I mean, there's not particularly anything I can do in here. It's just kind of a room with some mannequins. So sure, okay. But still, the fact that, like, this, there could be a lot of reasons, like maybe the driver fails to load for, X, Y, and Z. We got no clue what's exactly going on with why it's not working, but it's been not working for a week, or at least for quite a while. And also, rolling this out seems absolutely absurd. It's like, hi, Microsoft, this is a rather critical problem. And it's just like, oh, nope, still there. You just got to deal with it. And by deal with it, I mean you cannot use the Windows recovery mode. Oh, so good having a room like this, Oh my goodness. It's a dead crow. Who cooks crows? It just doesn't seem, one, sanitary because it's usually wild. And then also, I guess if you're catching animals instead of, like, raising them. But, like, how hard is it to raise a chicken? Like, you don't need to go too fancy on that one. Just, chicken. Cows require, like, fair bits of land. Chickens, nah, man. You can build a chicken coop in, like, a backyard. It's not a particularly great kind of area, but, like, you totally could. You totally could. Again, I'm not too sure if there's really anything I can do in here other than commenting on dead animals, which... That's what I get for playing 2 out of 2 games in a row with a dead animal room. You know how it do be, so... But a part of me does wonder whether the quality of these big company services are actually not as high as maybe they'd flex to be. I'd probably say Microsoft in particular always gets ripped on quite a lot. And I was having a mate play Redfall. And I know Redfall's not a particularly amazing game, but certainly Redfall was a game published by ZeniMax, developed by Arcane. I forget which wing of Arcane. I'm just not even going to... I'm not even going to test... Actually, hold on. Wait, I am going to test it because there's a box there and I might need something from the box. Or it's the Scissorman. One of the two. This could be the Scissorman. But he could also be a box. Oh gosh, should we test... Okay, well, I don't think she's even going to click the box. They're such big bathrooms, aren't they? But what's the odds he's right there? Oh no, he's not here. It looks like the shower works. Why'd she walk away from it? Okay. She just want to comment on a working shower. Oh! Okay. Cat. Although black cats are meant to mean bad luck, right? It's a cute cat though. Other than the red eyes. You know, demons in his soul, that kind of stuff. What's with the superstition with black cats anyways? Is it just, it happened to someone once and then it's just always like that? Yeah. But, yeah, when he was playing Redfall, it crashed quite a bunch. And he was playing the Xbox Game Pass cloud version, which would have been running on... I don't know, it might have been running on an Xbox and then just like streamed out, or at least a virtualized Xbox, because that's probably how they do those cloud ones a bit more. But still, it's like, I feel like if the game crashes, that's one thing, and this is a Microsoft published game, of, you know, eventually up the stack. Microsoft does own ZeniMax. It is kind of on them when the game, you know, works or doesn't work. I think I gotta check that second story as well. Everyone likes statues, don't they? Well, that's the end of a passageway, so it's gotta be something in this room here, right? Okay, everyone likes an ominous, spooky room, but what about an ominous, spooky room with the lights on? Didn't work. Darn. Book filled with meaningless symbols. I do like meaningless symbols. Some technical books mixed in here. I do like technical books. Quite a lot of what seems to be old magazines. A maternity magazine? Oh, you know. You never know when you might need to give birth. And you just, you know, you wish you had the... You wish you had the book to tell you. Seems to be a fairly deep crack. Seems to be something shiny at the back. Ooh. But I can't get there. And that's a wonderful sound. I assume the rope? Nope. She's not going to use the rope. And I don't imagine the clothes will help, so... Okay. Well, back to cursor. Keep that in mind. There's a shiny thing back there. Will we need it? Who knows? There we go. But yeah, it crashing made me wonder what exactly is going on in the world of software, because I feel like things have not been as reliable as particularly they should be. I'm not too sure if there's as many subject matter experts where it's like someone really knows, hey, this is the thing that I developed, or this is the thing I really worked on. Certainly we get a bunch of that in game development as well, where it's like industry veterans don't really exist anymore. They keep kind of jumping, you know, between projects or companies even. And so the only things that people are experts on are the things that they used to work on and not like current things. There's bound to be some people out there, there's certainly like examples of that, but I do worry that there is this kind of, I guess, substitute out mindset in a lot of business, and suddenly now it's like, okay, but how do we support something for, you know, decades at this point? How do we actually make a service that lasts for decades and yet has, you know, like a rotating door of the engineers that work on it? Look at this gap. It's just a wooden board, but you could use the wooden board on the gap that's right here. Actually, I'm pretty sure she can... Does she jump it? Does she jump it? No, she only jumps it if she's, like, scared. It's really weird. There you go. Now she's gonna do it. Yeah, that's what it looks like to carry a plank. Seems a bit ominous. Seems a bit ominous. Contains dishes. I do enjoy me a dish room. And also having lights, because I can clearly see something here, but she's only going to interact with the top. Okay, never mind. Never mind. She's only going to interact with the top. Oh, that's fun. It's him. Scissorman. Also, if you really want the cop out, if you ever see the Scissorman, just take it. Just absolutely take it. Or even better, I should have hit continue from the menu, like right then and there. But like, the Scissorman is going to be chasing you if you leave the room with the Scissorman chasing you. The trick is just to like, just don't, I guess. Just cop it and then reload and you'll be in the room where the Scissorman isn't chasing you. So I then go, well, I know that I, can interact with the lights. And also I know that I can leave. Oh no. I can interact with the lights and he still pops out anyways. I don't know why I didn't hit continue again. I just was like, I'm gonna run at him. Scissorman's my friend. Lay off me, bro. He's my friend. He's a friendly neighborhood Scissorman. Alright, we gotta at least get a good ending on this one, right? Or at least a solid ending. Because I guess the thing is that, like, if you show off every single ending of the game, it's like, okay, we've gotten every single ending. So part of me is like, I sort of did intend for this to be a one-off, of just, like, showing off the game. I did write day one on the stream title, but people on YouTube will certainly know whether I'm treating it as a one-off or a, like, properly doing it. We're going to hit an ending in this direction, though. We're definitely going to hit something. Because I thought I was going to hit a quickie ending, and turns out I've wandered into the Realio Dealio already, so... And it's purely because I took the ham. But we need to find that item. This book is hard to read. I never learned how to read. Huh? She's just struggling with reading. A woman is depicted. This person resembles someone. Maybe if you turn on the lights, you'd be able to tell who it resembles. You know, the lights worked in like 2 of the rooms. You'd think with the fire going on, it actually would be somewhat like bearable. So what is this? A garbage can? A little aluminium can from the herbs that you recycle for 40 simoleons. Someone out there knows what I mean. It's a literary work. But yeah, oh yeah, I mentioned Gregory Horror Show. So I really, really enjoy Gregory Horror Show. I actually won't describe it in too much detail because I actually think it would be a treat to play during a Halloween session. But I binged it in a single go, and it's an absolute journey. It's an absolute treat. So I definitely recommend that one. But yeah, just you know, another horror game that doesn't have combat elements, but I like how it's entirely designed around understanding its world. It really is designed around that, and it's very solid and reaffirming. I always feel like somebody's watching me. I gotta stop singing songs that could potentially get claimed. The YouTube system is intense, by the way. Not as in YouTube in general. Well, sort of YouTube in general, but just like that claim system is just like, you know, someone is gonna like, oh, you know, you don't have the rights to this song. It's like, bro, I'm just... Someone can make a podcast and like do that, and it's like no one's actually gonna like sue you for like singing like the chorus hook of a song that you're clearly not even claiming for yourself. Like it's such an absurd system, where yeah, someone can just come in and be like, oh, I'm taking the money and I'm gonna strike your channel because you oppose it or something like that. Because really, you've just got to sit tight. I think you do get all your money eventually. Should, like, you know, the counterclaims and all that stuff, you know, happen if they ignore them. Which usually, if they're a big company, they will sort of ignore the counterclaims. They usually just, like, let it happen. Sony really tried going at it for a bit. I do remember, like, really putting the channel on the line a little bit to go against Sony Music. For the crime of playing Earthbound on stream. A record player. Put another record on. It's just a piano. 'Cause I like that song. Oh, she knows how to play thirds right away. Oh, I've clicked on the cupboard. She's dead set on opening the cupboard. There's only junk. Dude, the worst part is that you can tell the scissorman is hiding in the curtains there. Like if I touch this, you know he's gonna jump out of the curtains. The curtains are bulging like that. There he is. Ah. Let's play fun. Let's get away from him in some variety. It's just like, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Behind the curtains. Behind the curtains. Oh my gosh. So, but yeah, I'm looking forward. Hopefully I can release the Brain Age or Brain Training, depending on where you're from, Retro Achievement Set real soon. I need to do icons, and then I also need a QA test. Oh my gosh. I need a QA test as well. It should be fairly solid. Hi, can you hide in this room? Oh wait, that's the hallway. Love the music. Although it's the exact same as the SNES sound font, isn't it? It's really unchanged. So I believe this is the right foyer. Is this the right foyer, or is this the one that I was in? Golden key. Hold on. Cupboard. Cupboard. You gonna hide in the cupboard? No. There are no cupboards to hide in. Those strings are remarkably louder than the rest of the music. I do worry that she can only hide in bathrooms. Because, like, there's nothing in this room that she can interact with. Other than... can. Oh, is she gonna throw a can at him? There you go. Yeet! Yeah, what do you think was gonna happen? Oh! Well, I wasn't expecting steam. Okay, well. Ah! Did she just steam herself out? She... Doesn't exactly work that way, but sure, yeah. Okay. Okay, sure, yeah. Okay, let's not you know, whatever that was. I was gonna say insecticide. It's not the insecticide. I'm holding on to it, or I used it already. Stick? There's a stick here. I do wish the stick did something. Oh well. But yeah, other than that, somewhat cozy week. Somewhat cozy. Not a lot's particularly happened, which is, good and bad, but hold on. Anything else that happened? Do I have anything else on my timeline that I remembered? Not particularly. I feel like there's technology rumors, but nothing hugely has happened, I guess. There was TwitchCon. I guess there's that. Talking about it on Twitch is, I guess, like, hey, Twitch, if you subtitle every single sentence that's said in a stream, or if YouTube, if you automatically subtitle it and then you link it out to Twitch or something. I don't know. There's a drama going on around TwitchCon because a very particular streamer was doing a meet and greet, and she had a person absolutely go at her in terms of like going for a hug and then a kiss. It's not on, but it's also one where it's like, sorry, not but as in excusing it. A lot of the conversation is just like, where was the security? And I agree. And also, there is an element of, does streamer, maybe not streamer, but kind of like the parasocial culture where the streamer doesn't particularly interact. Like, they'll interact with the chat, but it's like, you know, oh, super chats, thanks for the support, that kind of stuff. I think you can climb up here. And this is a proper hiding spot at the very least. Finally, a hiding spot! This isn't a hiding spot at all. Also, the car's gone. That seemed like an awkward pause, as if it was loading in the Scissorman right here, but I think the game's been nice. They're not going to show the Scissorman. Like, once you start running away, you just keep running away until you find the thing that can push him out, which, at this rate, seems to only be bathrooms. I was surprised. I thought there were more things to, like, dish him over the head with. And the one thing that I do find kills me. Okay, so you can always rely on the old faithful. And he's also always in this area as well. Hi, don't run past the room. I clicked on the room. And it's weird that he's standing there as well, because you can always just go through the rooms and around him. So we're really just going to rely on the bathroom again. And he'll never see me. He'll never see me. I locked the door from the inside. There we go. There we go. Okay. So now I guess we need to keep wandering around. And eventually try to find... trying to find the items we're looking for, because there's a bunch of this this mansion. It seems that I didn't even like wander, or I must have wandered back to the upstairs corridor because I ran right past it. But yeah, there's still like kind of some rooms connecting on the east side of the mansion as well. So let me see, is there... Can I get me something to help help me alongside? Nope. Nope, no help. No help. I get no help at all. Oh, there we go. Well, we should have hold on, so if I'm upstairs here, because we were entirely downstairs before, there should be maybe something in one of these rooms? I don't know. Yeah, that seems a bit... Oh! Ah! Glass! Listen, if this was Hyrule, that would have been an actual, like, cardinal sin right there. Everyone likes looking in the cupboards. Oh my goodness. Oh. Ah! 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 Look at this wild man. That's not even the Scissorman. That's just a guy who wants a hug. A very, very deep hug, but still, it's a hug nonetheless. That was an intentional death, don't worry. So, I think what I needed to do was instead interact with the box first, I know. Oh, no, box. Here we go. Rubbish is stuffed in here. Nope, not the box. Shelf? I mean, I can have this person chase me, but I'm not exactly sure if, well, I guess there is a key in here. Actually, hold on, I've got a plan. I've got a plan. I've got a plan, hold on. And by plan, I mean, a tip line. Here we go. Continue. I gotta use my tip line on this one. I'm like, I was very, very, oh, I just gotta hit my knee on the desk. Painful. You heard it in my voice there. It went out, I was like, oh. There you go. The secret is to have the lights off. That way, the box glows for some reason. It's a glimmering dagger. A bronze dagger, if you will. Look at that. Then I believe we can use the dagger on this guy right away. And if we can't use it right away, we can use it on him afterwards. He's a scary lad, though. He's coming at it, yeah. Use dagger on enemy. Oh, okay. You just disintegrate. Anyways, he's got the key. We needed this key. Bird's cage key. You know, for the birds. Ah, gosh, which room had the bird cage? That's where it came from. It says it was somewhere over here. Ah, we'll find this room eventually. So what was this one? This one was piano room. Yep. Okay, good to know. Okay, she's gone for the light switch again because it's kind of awkward. It's like you move the mouse very to the right and it's like 1 pixel. I guess you have to just move the mouse down. That way then she'll never click on anything around you. Or very high up. Alright, so if we got the music room and then not that one, because this will be the playroom. There was a study. Where do we go with this key? We need this key for something. I feel like it all might have been downstairs, actually. I am really curious, like, which room is actually the one that, like, I need to be in as well. And I think this is the one that I'm remembering. It's like, yeah, there's a bunch of these room placements are random. So, like, you don't actually know which one is, like, the one that you need to go into. So you might as well just go into all of them. Yeah, let's just double check over here. Because I'm pretty sure we had, like, a bathroom in one of these. But I don't suppose there was anything that needed a key. Unless the bed needs a key. No, the bed doesn't need a key. The mirror? Does the mirror need a key? The broken mirror? Or the broken bed? I'm not too sure. I'm sort of trying everything on everything in vain. It's cracked. That bed is cracked. Hold on. She's clicking something around here. Okay, never mind. Never mind. Let me... Let me look as a little bit, because I am wandering around very, very lost all of a sudden. Hold on. Wherever this was trying to click onto. Maybe it's not. Maybe it wasn't. It was purely my imagination. The key is used. To free. Where does this happen? Who knows? So I went in this room. I interacted with a bunch of stuff. You commented on the books with the meaningless symbols and books being lined up. Piece of paper. The demon idol is carefully guarded. A tree within the forest, a person within the crowd, a statue among statues. Yeah. That's where we commented on already. We commented on these already, yeah. There are some technical books mixed in here. Yes. Meaningless books. Meaningless books. Where was the maternity book, sorry, not the paternity. We didn't like pull that out, did we? No, it was here, yeah. The old magazines and a maternity magazine, that's what it was, yeah. But yeah, nothing in here, so... So it's not these two rooms. Actually, it probably would have been the room with the kitchen, right? Which is not there because that's the secret non-Euclidean door that technically goes back south. You know how it is. Bathroom, okay. I don't need a bathroom. Wandering along. Dead silence otherwise, which is great. I love my dead silence. And it seems to be locked. Okay, mental note. Mental note, it seems to be locked. Here we go. Was it in here? Yes, it was in here. So I'm very certain there is something somewhere. There we go. There you go. You gotta let that crow out. He do be fluttering. He is a flutter bird and a half. There he goes. He's trying to lock onto this side as well. Okay. Me too. I want to run away as well. And there's rats. The rats ran away. And the rats ran away with the silver spoon. No, come on. Where's the cursor when you... Like, where's the part that clicks there? Oh, the lights were on the whole time? I'm pretty sure I need something from that library. Which, again, I clicked on that. That's the bathroom. Actually, not from the library. I think I just need to, like... interact with one of these statues. You know how it is. There you go. Hold on. They don't seem to have anything on them though. Like, you know, no cursor, which means Jennifer Connelly, as seen here, she doesn't need to interact with these. I'm actually curious if Jennifer Connelly has played the game Clock Tower. Like, certainly, for reference, so this came out probably 10 years after that movie, and then also in Japan only. The sequels got localized, so maybe there's a chance that she would have, like, known of the sequels. Maybe there's a chance she would have known of them at the time. Who knows? Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Ah! A small statue is hidden inside the bosom of the bronze statue. Somehow, it's cold. Cold bosom. Ugh. Cross sticks out the bottom of the statue. It's like a key. It's that annual time when my nose gets sniffly in the stream. I have no idea why it does that. Hay fever, I guess. Alright, so I think now's the time that we get to go to I think it was the middle room here. Like, we'd wandered into it before and it was like, oh, you know, someone's watching. Who's watching? And it's just like, okay. But we should be able to interact with something in here now, I think. Maybe? Paint me like one of your French dolls. It looks like a child's bed. That is usually what it is. And it's dirty. And also there's a record player over here. And it's also broken. Nothing in this place works. Although it seems to be quite old, there was a child. The child seems to be quite old. Well, there's not particularly anything else that she wants to interact with here. Unless it's like a secret object that I've just not interacted with. Like, hold on, there's the bed, there's the thingy behind it. I guess we just keep prodding this thing. There's a key on top. Oh, yeah. Let me get the key. A ritual key. That sounds fun. What's that sound? I'm digging this tune. Oh, she's not. Ah, it won't open. Oh. Yeah, you gotta mash the button. Oh! Oh my gosh, okay. This one's gonna be absolute fun. I gotta two-finger the the mouse on this one. I'm not too sure if you have to be clicking on a certain thing as well. In the sequels, which, by the way, quick time event? Oh my goodness. In the sequels, you didn't have to be clicking anywhere in particular, but they wouldn't tell you whether you've done enough clicks until the time period has ended, and then it's like, there you go. You've done it. Alright, we're gonna have to get through on this one. She's gonna wander over to this side instead. Oh! Oh, dang! Okay, now she's run over to the other side, okay. It won't open. Okay, here I go. I'm two-fingering the left click. It doesn't, it's not particularly doing it. It's not particularly doing. I don't even think that even does anything at this point. I think it's actually like a QuickTime event as opposed to the mashing of the button. This is one where I probably should have read a manual as well. For reference, I played this game like 6 or something years ago. It's actually been insane. Quite how long it is. I thought I'd come back to it and it'd be nice and chill, and here I am, I have no idea what I'm doing or where I'm going. I'm just gonna try and get out of this room. Just let me leave the room. Let me leave. She's not gonna let me leave. Wow. Because I guess here's the thing as well. It's like, how do you heal? How do you, like, deal with this? There's bound to be a way to deal with this. Da, 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 da. I don't assume right click is the way to heal that. How do you heal it? How do you heal it? Clock tower, how to heal. Maybe I'm just doing things really wrong. Thank you, Wiki. Oh, she just heals if you... Okay, it's right click, yeah. I was mashing the wrong button every time. Or at least it is on PC. So in that case, we're going to right click mash instead of left click. There you go. See, his head came off. That's how you know I did it. Okay. You know, as you do. Thank you, Wiki. The Clock Tower Wiki. There's more to it than meets the eye, I guess. There we go. So now we got that. I think if we Whoops. Whoa, turn around there. So I'm trying to figure out which room we go into now. I feel like it's probably the downstairs room, I think. Because I've got the key. Yeah, I've got the key for that room. That should be it, right? Yeah. And that's the thing as well. It's probably most of the rooms don't have a use. They're just there for jumps or other kinds of things. Like that mannequin room, I'm like, is there anything to interact with? But there's nifty things all over the place. And here's the thing, is that like, you know, the continuous forgiving, the ability to just like be able to retry whatever means it's not out of the question to be able to like retry something. And you don't have to even be manually saving, even on the SNES. And I think that's what makes this a rather approachable game, even if I have no idea where I'm going. But like, you get there in the end. You will figure it out. You'll remember, oh yeah, this goes on that, and that kind of stuff. But there's a lot of fun little kind of just spooky house of jump scares kind of stuff. So I believe it was, yeah, this room. This room looks just like that mural earlier. Does it? Maybe? It's got a book on the far end. It's an iron disc. A cross has been cut into it. And also there's a dead body of a crow. Ah. Decapitation. Decapitation! Sometimes I'm glad that I don't stumble into the live leak period of the internet. Or the, not period, the kind of place on the internet. There's some scary things on the internet. Keep your wits if you ever wander on it. I always feel like a part of that site is like, you know, ingrained in your mind, but then it's also like, I don't know, it teaches you to value the goods in life. Anyways, I think that's your clue that you need to put the statue down. And I think not every playthrough involves the statue. It actually does depend on some random things. What's that sound? If I use this ladder, I could probably get all the way down there. And down she goes. The longest ladder in the world. It's Voldemort again. Oh. What's that? It's a dog, I guess. Hi there. It's like a dog's growl, but it's not. Due to international Ah! There's a jumper of a dog. Don't let that dog get you. Anyways, back we go. But yeah, I think I've kind of got my next week set out for me. I'm going to real slam hard on the retro achievements stuff. Also, I think I need to give my update for the Guitar Hero set. I haven't exactly explored anything new in the past week, but it's definitely a lot of stuff. So I think the people looking forward to that will get something eventually. I probably need to run a poll, not necessarily to like majority opinion it. Also, I think you need a... Hold on. Oh, shit's going up anyways. I think I'm missing an item anyways. So I need to go back. I know. Was spoiled after playing Harvester because you just double click on the door you want to go to and you immediately go out of it. So if you ever miss something, it's like click, 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 click. I'm done. But here it's like... Run, run, run. You know, it's a fair bit of running. I think it's on the literal other side of the building as well. Which probably isn't too far away. It's like maybe like 5 screens. Because it'd be through here. So, first of all, the room, the hallway, this hallway, this hallway. Not this hallway. Let's go the other way. The other way is better. It's not collapsed on both of the lower floors, was it? No, it's not. Yeah, not on this one. It's only just that side. And that's purely a design element to get you to sort of go around the mansion clockwise at first, rather than go upstairs. Oh, because also you've got the, yeah, never mind as well. You've got the part that fell out over there. Was it that hallway? Yeah, it was. Okay. I was like, was it through that hallway or... We'll get there. We'll get there. We're getting there. We'll get there. Other than that, I've got to listen to a lot of music because my 2025 listening has not been particularly big. But I did listen to the Geese album, and I liked it a fair bit. It was really good. I'm not too sure if it's my favorite album of the year. I know Geese adjacent. I really liked this year's Swans album. Black Country New Road was alright. Trying to think of other ones I listened to. Stephen Wilson was alright. There's bound to be a lot of other ones in there. Yeah, I think I had to go all the way back to here, which was this room with the parrot. And I literally just have to like look at the dresser. This parrot is gonna like pester me and maybe kill me, which is gonna get annoying. But I had to look. Oh. I mean, you don't have to look at that. But like underneath, there's a bottle of perfume, which was what I was missing. It's the same as our teachers, Mrs. Mary's. I'm gonna exit this room from this direction. I don't trust that parrot. That's what I get for unleashing him. So I believe, I think your health actually comes back by waiting. But also, me sprinting is, like, not helping at all. You just have to get good. You just have to never get caught. That's how you play this game. Just never get caught. So, it's the perfume. That was the other thing I needed, and I've got the robe. So now we wander all the way back. I guess the other thing as well is that there's bound to be other set piece moments and things like that in this game that you can you can witness. So if you ever played through and you'll be like, oh, you know, there's different stuff to when you played it. You know, that's the cool part about this game. It's got a decent bit of replayability. Kind of annoyingly, the sequels have lots of branching paths. So rather than kind of, I mean, this sort of does as well, but like, you know, you just play through the game. You just, you know, you just go through it. But the sequels are like, yeah, you've got to sort of hit some save files and hope for the best. Ghost Head, because I played it earlier this year, it's actually got one of the most egregious things I've ever seen. And I will explain it right now. There are 3 levels in the game. It's a decently short game, actually. But when you hit level 3, there's a check to see that in the first level, if you never interacted with the suit of armor on the upstairs floor of this guy's house, which then also triggers you know, a monster to come after you. If you never trigger that, you play through the rest of level 1, not necessarily like normal. Some stuff changes, but only a couple things. Level 2 is exactly the same as it was before, but then level 3, shortly into the level, you are immediately killed, and the game ends. And that's it. That's the ending. That's it. And it's just like, it's purely because of this very, very random thing from level 1 that you didn't do. And it's so brutal. It's so cruel. Hold on, so do I use the robe on him? Do I use the robe? Who do you use the oh, okay, there you go. Robe, perfume. There you go, the smell that I know so well. The smell of Miss Mary's perfume. And this allows you to pass the dog. For some reason. You know, as you do. Actually, I think if we keep going further right, maybe we'll witness something. Here we go. Well, we witnessed a dead end. That's what we witnessed. There's a lot of candles, though. It's not my birthday, but that's okay. Alright, part of me wonders whether I should be going through doors first, or should I be, like, going down corridors first to sort of plot them out. Alright, red, green, whatever's happening here. Climbing. There are cans here. That's a canned response. It seems to be kerosene. Good to know. I love the way that this whole area pans across as well. It's very cool and weird. Because, yeah, you can sort of, like, wander over here and be like, oh, you know, check out these dots. So... I do like this, like, this Greek stage here. Come one, come all to the Shakespearean drama. That is, which Shakespearean drama are we doing here? Hope it's not much ado about nothing. Oh. Can I go to therapy now, or do I have to wait until the nightmares start kicking in? Look at this dude. Look at this big guy. Oh, and he starts crawling at you. Well, it looks like he... Oh, there you go. Just run across the sludge. And now she's got to climb up a slope and mash the right click. Keep mashing that right click. Oh, I guess I don't need to mash it anymore. Make you panic, think you're sliding back in. Oh, oh! Oh! That's a very flammable fat baby. Actually, all babies are very flammable. I wouldn't test the theory, but they are, aren't they? Yeah. Well, seems the ground is shaking. So the ground's shaking, the earth are quaking. I don't know what those lights are, but we should probably head over here. And have the camera keep panning across. Yeah, he has indeed turned into mulch. Or has he? Everyone likes wandering through caves and corridors. Look at this mystical lift, or as the Americans call it, an elevator. Every time, I love how they're so wildly different words. It lifts you up. It elevates you. It's like the reasoning behind both of these words is quite similar. Oh boy, which floor do you go to? 1. Okay, well we can't go to 1. Let's go to 2. Let's walk forward. Let's walk back. Actually, I think we can... Let's go to the 3rd floor. Why not? Oh, never mind. Because I'm pretty sure floor 2 is a bad ending and I've just casually kicked myself into it. Who is it? Mary? Miss? Jennifer. You hit me on the head with a plank of wood. You need to be punished for murdering my little boy. And then you can react to this, because why not? Give her a shove. And then, I guess, we go out the door. Bobby! Bobby! Oh, you know, it's bad when she's got a different picture. That girl, go grab her. She's the one who killed Dan. Dan the killer. I choose left door. Everyone likes a moody ending as well. Oh! There you go. Up the ladder we go. But I kind of like how... Yeah, it really does... Oh, come on. You're going to climb this ladder quickly? I really like how it... There's a variety of different kinds of ways that this can turn out. And granted, they got some similarities. And ultimately, at the end of the day, it's like, well, does the character live or die? Or which other characters live or die? Oh, she's hugging me. The game of tag has come to an end. I'll have you know. I'll have you know I'm a good kick champion. There you go. Kick her off. We made it to the top of the tower. The, Oh, and the Scissorman's here. You know, why not? Let's just pull this lever. These random levers. And for some reason, the Scissorman hates the sound of the clock tower. And then... absolutely just goes for it. Well, that's pretty much it. I don't know which ending I got, like which one. This might have been like the B ending or something. Because I'm pretty sure there's one for having at least someone else live. But still, I don't know. This game's cool. This game's awesome. I definitely recommend give it a go. See if you can find the other endings in a way that I probably won't show off in one stream. But there's certainly lots of fun ones out there. I struggled. I tried my best a little bit. But we got there in the end. We got there. So, it's nice and moody, nice and atmospheric. Yeah, honestly, this PlayStation version isn't dramatically different to the SNES one. It's honestly quite similar, so you'd probably be happy with either. Still have no idea about the WonderSwan version, though. I'll tell you that. But yeah, no, it's solid. And yeah, celebrate the spooky month. Play something spooky outside your comfort zone. Or listen to music that's outside your comfort zone, or really anything. There's lots of fun things that you could do. I actually think it's surprising it starts off with the FMV, but it shockingly keeps it quite tight. I would have expected some FMVs for maybe some of the outros or something like that. And obviously the sequels certainly love their FMVs and the dialogue. It's a very bizarre one, but this one keeps it quite pure and quite grounded in its original aesthetic, and it's great and moody. It's a really, really nice looking game for the SNES. For the PlayStation, it's like, oh, okay, well, they're still nice sprites, mind you. But other than like the spattering of rain that they've got on now, which it isn't the fastest moving rain either. It's very slow rain. But yeah, we'll keep waiting through this, waiting through credits. Will we ever have a Mirror's Edge Catalyst half-an-hour credit sequence again? Who knows? But yeah, other than that, I'd probably say, oh, and yeah, if you actually are using Windows 10, so also, yeah, I should have mentioned, Windows 10, them dropping the support for checking out the tail end. This is the tail end. We're done. Greetings, Blub. But yeah, no, we're basically nearly done on this one. Just gotta sit tight, and then it's all good. I put day one in the stream name, but no, it's not a, it's a one-off. I can see clearly now, the rain has gone. This is a one-stream game, yeah. Technically, I beat this game 3 times. It's just that the other 2 endings were very, very short. So, that one's on me, but yeah. Did I get a good ending? I don't know. Who knows? Yeah, overwrite that ending. Well, we'll check the screen for whether we got the endings or not. There we go, ending list. There are 8 endings. A lot of them vary ever so slightly. So it's kind of just like which characters are kept alive at the end, and then there's also a direction of where you... oh, that was the C ending! Oh, there's a secret S ending in there. There is an S on top, so I guess 9. But yeah, I got the ending where like everyone kind of died at the end, or by the end rather. And it really depends on how many character deaths you do witness. I don't think all of them can get out of it, but not even the secret ending. No. But I don't know. It's mostly the same kind of ordeal each time. It's just you're sort of making sure you pick up certain items or different items. Have you really played? Well, I've played the SNES version. You can vet my retro achievement set on playthrough on that one. But I'll work through the PlayStation version because I think like otherwise you're kind of showing off most of the same game again and again for a stream, and yeah, it's kind of like once you see it, it's like, oh, okay, sure. But I like it. It's good fun. I'm actually curious what if I check the retro achievements set. I'm just curious how many things I actually got there. I have 22 out of 56 achievements. Oh my goodness, because you probably tick a lot of things in there. Yeah, we got H, G, C. There's various parts going on, other things. And there's also one ending that is finish all the endings in one save game. And also the S ending gets a 25 pointer as well. Various escapes. Yeah, finding things with escaping prison by yourself using... Yeah, okay. And also things like there's the rope. Where to use the rope? Can you get rid of the parrot? That kind of stuff. So I think there's a lot of secrets to still discover and find about this game. So I'll encourage a playthrough for the curious person later on. But other than that, that's kind of it. I'm all wrapped up. So I'd like to thank you so very, very much for watching. Or if you've only seen a little bit of it, don't worry. The VOD will be on YouTube very shortly, within the next day. Next stream again, 8:30 p.m. I can't talk. I'm so out of breath. 8:30 p.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Time. Same time on Monday. I gotta think of one last game. I gotta think of one last one. And I do need to sleep well, because yeah, I woke up early just to watch the F1, and yeah, it was okay. So true, next stream will already be 10:30. Oh, true, because yeah, everyone's daylight savings are kicking in around now. And yeah, America's got theirs the first Sunday of November that theirs starts going out. So it's a weird time for everyone with the daylight switch around. And then yeah, also check me out on the Fetty for weird ramblings, m.biendeo.com, where you can see me rant about what did I rant about? I should have talked about local LLMs and actually my explorations in using them. Maybe I'll put that on the Fetty for you. So anyways, see ya, have a good one. Peace.